We is live. Interviews are done for now, at least. Oops. Oh wait, I forgot to. There we go. And we just want to double check on YouTube. Your YouTube's all good. Oops. That looks like a. Okay, yeah. Okay, live on YouTube as well. Beautiful. Live on everything. Okay. I am gonna take a quick look at my here and double check. This is the subscription, and then this is the live broadcast one. Damn, you really did. Of course I did. Why did you think I wouldn't? Webhook subscriptions. Is this actually something that I have, web? Hey, Mecca, I got questions for you. Since you're here and Jamar is never here. um, the drawing thing for Jamar. How does this work? The challenge, like the art challenge. Like is there like I thought that there was supposed to be some kind of like voting thing for the what the topic is going to be or whatever. Oh, okay. So the new prompt isn't announced. I thought there was supposed to be some kind of poll for the new prompt. There was, but couldn't put the word MILF in the poll. Why can't you put MILF in the poll? Asking for a friend. I realized that I think this is backwards for you guys. Let me change that. Oh wait, do I have to go like this? Oh wait, no. Wait, that's not what it was. I have to unlock it. That's what it was. Mm. I don't know. I'm asking for a friend. Why are MILFs bad? No, Here we go. I actually bought this while I was out with my girlfriend. I saw it and I was like, I must have this mug. This mug is the best mug. And it is my daily it is what I use to drink coffee out of every day. And then halfway through the day I switched to tea. Web book. Huh. That's interesting. I have a table here that I do not seem to have in here. Like in my migrations, I don't have a table for it. No, I do. I'm not crazy. Oh, look at that. That didn't take long. Oh, it's a different botting service. So the you know that botting service that you see pop up on everybody's stream? I think it's Streamboo or something like that. I actually did some digging. It looks like I think it's a Chinese company. Um, at any rate, they go through a Chinese web hosting company. Um, that I think is supposed to be based out of Hong Kong or something like that. But it's a Chinese company from the looks of it. I didn't dig very deep, but I went in and I did some quick investigation on it because I was kind of curious. And then I went to their website in a private browser with a VPN and everything like that, and it's surprisingly cheap. Well, it's pretty like looking up things on domains is actually pretty easy, right? So you just go like who is has all the information, right? So what's this one? This one's here. So this is their IP address. This is the IP address for their servers, right? They're going through Dynadot, which Dynadot's actually well known. Dynadot's actually reputable, right? So we look at Dynadot. Dynadot is I think Dynadot, it was the registrar that like a lot of the really big services used because they provided a specific type of um like it allowed you to host at a private IP address, but it would automatically update your DNS whenever your IP address changed. It's kind of interesting. Let's see, they're going through Bunny for their name servers. That's interesting. I've never heard of this one. Bunny.net. Okay, that's not what we want. So let's go like this. Who is? Then we do take a look at this person here. So this is their DNS provider. There's that IP address. Right. Let's take a look here. Open provider. Hosting concepts. They've been around since 1999. That's kind of nice. So this is probably a reputable company to some degree, at least. Sorry, not YouTube. Google.com. I hate that AI fucking thing right there. Global edge platform that truly hops interest. Give your users speed they love. Oh, so this is a Cloudflare competitor. Raw who is data. This is always interesting. There's not a ton of information here for them, right? Let's take a look at who owns this IP address. Oh, right, they don't. See, IP who is? Oh no, not that, not that. Fuck. I heard Cloudflare stopped protecting sites like Dan Duru and Gel Duru from DDoSing. I don't know who those are. Dan. I'm not going to their sites. I don't know who they are. Oh, I see why you wouldn't want to click on that. So is this like a an anime porn site? Yeah. But yeah, like you can look up this type of information. So here's their IP address, right? And then it's out of the United Kingdoms is where the server is based. Data Champ. This is the person who's hosting them. So this is a provider, right? I'm actually kind of curious. What's the? Oh, it's just oh, this is shitty providers. Actually, I shouldn't say that. It's not the shitty. It's just like this is just a shared provider. You get a section of a computer that has PHP installed on it. That's all it is. Solutions. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. So yeah, like it's not hard to like start looking into them, but yeah, I wonder like still aura farming. I see. What do you mean? Oh no, it gets so hot in here. I have to have the fan on. I'll show you kind of like what my room looks like, right? So this is my room. Yeah, I think it goes all the way. And then like this, right? Something like that. Yeah. And then I'll use this turquoise for window. These are floor to ceiling windows. This is all window. Floor to ceiling. Right? And then I've got my desk right here. And then I've got another desk right here. Right? And then the PCs are like right here. And then my chair is right here. Then I have an AC right here. And a fan right here. And the green screen's like right here. And to get out, I have to walk around like this. So I think this actually comes out here a little bit too, like this. Yeah. And then this is a closet. Yeah, and then I've got a bookshelf right here. So it's not a particularly large room. Thought the whole thing was your room. No, no, this is an office. The bedroom's right here. This here is the bedroom. And this here is the living room. And then right here is the kitchen. And there's a bathroom right here and right here. And then there's a balcony that stretches like all the way like this. But the biggest issue is these floor to ceiling windows right here. And the sun like beats down from like here straight into these windows. And these windows act like magnifying glasses, so this room gets fucking hot. Gets into like the mid 30s like almost every day. Yeah, this is a 2 bedroom apartment in Canada. Well, yeah, this office is actually a bedroom, right? It's just we don't use it as a bedroom. Like when we first moved in here, we had a roommate. There was three of us here, right? My girlfriend and I were in this room. Our roommate was in this room. She moved to New York, and then we've got a living room. I've thought about moving out to the living room because it's the coolest room in the house. Um, because the because of the angles, it works. Um, there's a lot more shade on the windows because this cuts off here, and there's nothing above it. The sun beats down harder on these windows than they do this windows, because like there's a block right here that prevents the sunlight, and then there's enough shade because the sun's high, right? It doesn't beat directly down, but I get direct sunlight coming in from this side all day, and then some from this side and stuff like that. So like you get direct sunlight from here all the time, and it just it it's not fun. Yeah. But yeah, I've thought about moving my computer over here, right? Maybe like here. Just my setup over into here or something like that. But I don't know how I want to. I still haven't figured out how I'd want to do it. So I'm just gonna not for now. I think I have I think I have two different webhook subscriptions here. And I think that I delete this one because I don't need this. And we keep this one because this one's better. Yeah, I did a much better job on that one. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of that one. Mix ecto dot gen dot migration. Drop webhook subscriptions table. Do, do, do. What? What was my stream title? I thought my stream title was a multi-stream chatbot system. I'm not sure what the lie was. Wait, what? Oh, that's the go live notification. Yeah. No, that is actually wrong. That's my bad. I'm sorry. Ecto database, Ecto, drop table. Do, 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 do. Yeah, sorry about that. Hey, um, we're in conversations to try and figure out how we can continue work on Truck Kun. Can you drop a table? Uh, what does it take to create a migration that drops tables in Ecto? Oh, okay. I was hoping that was going to be the answer. I guess it figures it out on its own. When uh, when dropping is irreversible, if your migration can't be reversed, like data, like dropping a table with data, you can't use change. Instead, you define an up and down. Fuck. I have to define an up and down. Ah, god damn it. At least it's easy enough to define an up and down. The only reason why we do this is because this allows us to roll back in the case of this just allows us to continue going. Like we can roll back to the very beginning and roll forwards to the very beginning with our migrations, because migrations are not something that you need to be you need to be able to go back and forth. Being able to go back and forward is very useful. So adding the extra time to just copy paste that in is not a big deal. Then we can do mix ecto dot migrate. And then if I bring over this, we can blow this up and then we can do a refresh. There we go. This is our database. And check this out. This is actually really cool. This is what our database looks like. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I still have that table even though it's not being used. Yeah, I know. This is my beautiful database that I've spent so much time making sure this is good. This right now we're working on the part that Chris is going to use because Chris wants to use this system, but right now it's not available to him because he streams on YouTube. So Chris is going to use this. Is Chris Aku? No. Chris M. You know Chris M. I see you in his chats. You're there when he streams. Oh, god damn it. I know you know. I know you know who I'm talking about. Chris. That's not the Chris M that I wanted. I can't click on his stuff. Because not all of his stuff is stream appropriate. I think all of his stuff on ArtStation is stream appropriate. That's all finished work, right? Yeah, here we go. He does good work. I can't remember which one we actually put into the game at one point. I put one of his characters in the game at one point, and I don't remember which one it was. I think it was this one. Yeah, I'm sure it was you. You're in a lot of the you watch a lot of the same streams as me apparently. I feel like you're trolling me. From Bark Brush? What? I could have swore I saw your name in his stream on YouTube. My name is not PseudoKid in his stream on YouTube. Interesting. I don't know then. Do you seriously not know him though? I think you would like him. give him a shout out. Wait, did it not post to? Oh, it said that it posted to. Yeah, it did. Okay, and then there's the not even subscribe to them. You should subscribe to them. we Rem and I were talking about him yesterday because he wants to help with Truck Coon. he wants to help with Truck Coon. All right, so today's goal is to get this. I see why you like them. I I I like their assets. um well I like Chris because he's a cool person. I think that he does a really good job on his art too. Do you know what I haven't seen online for a long time? Fucking Rush. I haven't seen Rush in forever. I also like Rush. Rush is good people. I'm more like for me, Rush's art is I think that Rush does too much. Like the proportions are too much for me for Rush, personally. But today's goal is to reply to all chats. What? No, today's goal is to I always reply to chats. Today's goal is to get YouTube subscriptions set up. But DSXL XL Zoomy, welcome. Um, where was I? Right. This is the altar for this. We can get rid of that. All right. So where where were we with this? We were getting started on this, right? But the first thing's nice, nice. Ashwin is this side. Ashwin? I've only recently rush in chats like or niches. I think Rush did a niche. Like Rush actually has a niche. Like he actually did a model of niche. But Rush is good people. I like Rush. Um he does a phenomenal job on his art, but his art is the proportions for the girls he does is a bit much for me. Um and then for yeah. Oh, wait. You mean like Ashwin on Twitch? Was Ashwin on Twitch? I thought Ashwin was on Twitch. You mean Mecha are you talking about Rush? Rush's models are thick as fuck. But they also have like overly large um uh but for the niche one. Oh yeah, but that's Russia's style. Like Russia's style is a lot of boobage, a lot of assets. The proportions for Russia's models aren't my thing. But that doesn't change that he does really good work, right? So Rush does amazing, like he's really talented and he does really good work. But that doesn't change that it's not like that style isn't my this type like I'm not a huge fan of that style. But it doesn't change the he's incredibly talented. I do not I still remember Ashwin. Why the name change though? Was it just to confuse me? Who are we talking about? Rushzilla. I literally can't show his work. I I'll try and post something. Rush. How am I gonna do this? Oh, does he have his Gumroad back? Yeah, he does. Yeah. Did he ever sell his niche? No, I don't think he sold the niche. But yeah, Rush's models are um he's right. Rush did Thicker Bell. It's not Tinkerbell, it's Thicker Bell. Yes, wanted a reaction and I was successful. I'm so confused. Okay, so this is going to do the subscription, right? Which requires us to do the um there's our XML there. That's the webhook. This is this one here on the side. What we want the API. We have to do the API right now. YouTube client. Yeah, this is the one that we need to fix. VI. What was the path for this again? I think I put it in just the config. No, it is not in that one. VI config dev.exs. No, it's not in there either. You know, for a fact, it was a niche model and not some other purple-haired girl. Yes, I know for a fact it was a niche model. Wait, are you wondering if I can link the Rush niche model? Rushzilla niche. Mm. I have to log into one sec. I have to log into X for this. Ah, 1 sec. This is gonna be a bit of work, just so I can verify that it's like I can show you the. I might be able to show you the model. Okie dokie. Ooh, I got notifications. One of them's a fraud alert. What do you mean? She thanked him. I don't remember what niche looks like off the top of my head, so I've gotta like go through here and see if I can find her. It is somewhere in here though. I remember him doing it. He said that he would do it if she managed to get a specific thing while she was doing a stream, and then she did. So he made a model for her. Had to do with like some kind of like follower or subscription thing or something like that. It was a celebration thing. I don't think the niche one had anything particularly like he didn't put anatomy on her or anything like that. I'm like 90% certain it was niche that he did one of. I was fairly certain it was niche. But Rush puts out so much stuff. Sometimes it can be hard to find specific things from him because of how much shit how much he's so fast. Rush so niche. Yeah, I can't find it. Are we 1 sec. It might be because I'm spelling her name wrong. No, that is right. Yeah, no. I had it right. Rushzilla niche. Oops. Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't send you the photo because I don't see it. But I'm like 99% sure that Rushzilla did a niche niche. Sanctioned by niche niche. Because they are friends. Like Rushzilla and niche niche are friends, right? I don't know like how close they are outside of streaming, but like they are friends, at least streaming friends, right? At the very least. Um I don't know if they like play video games together or anything like that. But yeah, I don't think there was anything particularly bad about it. The Rush model. Like I don't think he did anything overly sexualized for her or anything like that. Although not an expert, can't remember the model. I just remember him doing it and that's about it. I don't actually remember any of the details around it anymore. It was so long ago. Um okay, where were we here? So our callback URL is somewhere. We've got to go find this because apparently I did not set this up yet. I know it's somewhere. I'm fairly certain it's at least in runtime. Yeah, it's in runtime. Okay. So it's ready for that. Vi config dev.ex. YouTube. Nope. Is it in the regular config then? There's Twitch. Did I maybe put it in secrets? I think I put it in secrets. Yeah, I did. Okay, yeah, there it is. And then this would be config hub sub hubbub URL. We're going to change that real quick here. Well, vi config runtime. Sorry, I have to do this one off because, off screen because, secrets are just that way. URL. Uh, I don't think I've got I don't think I've got a redirect URL. I mean, a webhook URL yet. Do I have one here? Yeah, redirect URI. We're just going to put that here. Oh, no, I do have one. Yeah. Okay, sweet. I did create this. So this will be the callback URI. Config. The verify token. The verify token is half secret, and that's going to use the um I kind of want to see if I can find that niche rush thing though. Rushzilla niche x.com, because I think he posted it on X. Never mind. Never mind. All right. Anyways, sorry. I'm getting overly distracted here. All right, let's see here. Verify token. Which was the verify token again? Right. This is the token that we expect to see back from them when we do this here. Channel ID live now. There's our secret. What was our secret again? I had like an entire system that I was looking at. Could I do a hash? Yeah, okay. I've got the client secret, the client ID, the scopes. Now I need to do a easy to validate. The verify token is just an opaque string. YouTube doesn't interpret it. Yeah. I had like an entire idea of how I was going to do this. I don't have a webhook secret for YouTube yet. You know what? I don't have a lot of things apparently. Webhook secret, my webhook secret. Yeah, we're going to go with that. It's not redirect URI that I wanted. I wanted the webhook URL. Then this will be callback URL. There. The verify token, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be in here. Verify token, optional, but strongly recommended. This is just so we can verify that it's coming back the same one, right? Verify token and secret. So we can do equals config web hook secret there, and then we can do verify token equals config there was something that I needed. Give me a sec. I'm just going to do that so I don't worry about things. Verify token is something that we're going to have to come up with. And I can't remember what I was going to do there. What I was thinking, oh, wait, that's what it was. It was going to be the verify token here. Random string plus secret. And then this would be a hash. Yeah, this is what it was. Elixir hash string. Crypto hash. I want. Wait. There it is. Perfect. That's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted. What we want is we want Twitch or Kick. I think the Kick controller has it. This is what we wanted right here. So then if we come down to here, the verify token here becomes this, right? Which is going to be this. Which here we do this, and then we do there, and then we do the secret. Right? And then this gets piped through crypto.hash SHA-256. Then that's not correct at all. It's this one here, like that. And then this goes through the base URL encoding, encode 64. And padding is false. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this here, and I should have just done this in the first place so I didn't fat finger anything. We're going to take that, and then we're going to do that. We'll get rid of this and do this, and then we can, there we go. That's our verify token. Now when it comes back, we can rebuild it based off of, we can check it with the random string that we're not saving? Fuck. I didn't think about that. Damn it. That entire idea didn't work. Used for HMAC signature. Oh, right. I wasn't going to use a random string. I was going to use the platform ID. That way all the information was there. Because it returns back with the channel ID. Which is the platform ID. In my database, it's I call it platform ID. There we go. Now the chances of getting this are almost no. Perfect. Then this is not Finch build. This is YouTube API client. No. Yeah, no, it is. YouTube API client. Yeah. So it's YouTube API client.build and then YouTube API client.request. And then that we can do, yeah, actually, it does go into this, which does not come back with this data, which this actually becomes a problem now. Because when we do the request, it's going to try and interpret it as fuck. Oh wait, no. Because when we make the request, it should come back with 0 data, right? What data does return? Actually minimal because to do. Ah, awesome. That's what I thought. Okay, so sweet. So it returns nothing. It's a 202. Accepted. It doesn't return any data. We can move on. We don't have to process it in any way. Do. I passed. Oh, I found a stream boo. I wish that Twitch would get rid of those fucking bots. They're literally the easiest bot to get rid of. And none of the platforms want to get rid of them except for YouTube. YouTube's the only one that takes botting seriously. It annoys me like a lot. I wouldn't say that. I I don't I don't think that it is. I think it's unfair to say that Twitch staff suck at their job if they're not being supported. But that's not like, but you're generalizing Twitch staff to like there are bad actors, right? And then so you have the CEO, right? And the CEO sets the tone for the company, right? And the CEO doesn't care about botting and stuff like that, right? So there's the things that the CEO does and the things that the CEO wants done, right? Yeah, so but that's why the platform got is overrun with Gooner content, right? But it's only okay if you're not a VTuber, right? Like if it's art, if it's art or you're a VTuber, then being a Gooner content's not okay. But if you're a real life person, that type of Gooner and objectification is okay. So as long as it's a real human that you're objectifying, that's okay, right? But it's not okay if it's if it's if it's if it's art or if it's a fictional character. So fictional character gooning is bad. Fiction objectifying and gooning over fictional characters bad. Objectifying and gooning over real life people okay, right? But that's because that's what Dan Clancy supports. So the company has adjusted to support that style of system, right? So like if right like it's like if the CEO's kid, right? Like regardless of the CEO, right? Regardless, like the nameless CEO, right? If they had a son or a daughter that came to work at the company, that person would get treated differently at the company, regardless of whether or not that's something that the CEO wants or not, right? They could be like, I want my child to learn what it's like to actually work at a company. So they bring them into the company at a lower level, right? And they want them to grow within the company and get promoted based off of merit, right? And be treated based off of merit. Is that what's going to happen? The answer is no, because people know who the CEO is. And so that person's going to get treated differently, regardless of whether or not that's what the CEO wants or not, right? So Gaz got banned, right? Gaz's ban was based off of things that the CEO did, not based off of the people at the company, right? Like the people at the company are just following marching orders. So it's kind of unfair to say that they're bad at their job just because they're following what they're being told to do, right? It's like it's like just somebody in the higher ups that has the ability to fire you comes to you at work and is just like, hey, we need you to deactivate this account, right? Because you're one of the people that does that, and you're just like, oh, okay. Right? It's like your job isn't to fight back against stuff like that. Your job is just to deactivate the account. That's what you're being paid for, right? So let's not get mad at people for doing their job. Let's get mad at the people who are putting in place the rules that are getting people like Gaz banned for no fucking reason. There's a lot of very competent developers at Twitch. There are also some very incompetent developers at Twitch. It's a big enough company that you're going to have both. And they're not necessarily bad at their job. They're just Twitch doesn't have incentive to ban these people. And they're only just now starting to sort of take it seriously. And we'll see how long they take it seriously. They took it seriously for, I think, 2 rounds now. Let's see if they continue, because the rounds, as far as I know, are over, and it's made a small impact on. Well, actually, I shouldn't say small. It made a massive impact when they lost 25% of the people on the platform, and I think that scared them into stopping. The bots, though, are an overall bad thing for the entire platform. The bots actually bring down the entire platform in such a way that it is not redeemable. There's no reason to keep them on the platform. They are going to cause so many problems in the future. When I say Twitch staff, I don't mean devs or anyone that actually does their job. Yeah, but when you say Twitch staff, that's what it means. It's anybody who works at Twitch is Twitch staff, right? There's bad Twitch staff and good Twitch staff, and there's people in the middle. And yeah, there's a lot of there's a disproportionate amount of what us as Twitch viewers and whatnot feel are bad Twitch staff, right? But like, I can't blame them because they're just collecting a paycheck. And just collecting a paycheck doesn't make you a bad staff member. It just makes it like you're not going to fight back, right? If it's your only job necessarily. And some of them just don't care. They're just there to collect a paycheck. They might even be really good at their job and just there to collect a paycheck. I can't get mad at them about that. On the other hand, management, the Twitch management is fucking garbage. Twitch barely has management, like, at all. Like, the one that bothers me the most about Twitch, the thing that bothers me the most about Twitch is actually Amazon. Amazon is the part that bothers me the most about Twitch, because Amazon should be righting the ship. Amazon knows better, right? And the fact that Amazon isn't righting the ship is weird. Yeah, it still rubs me it's super weird that Amazon doesn't come in and whack Dan Clancy on the nose and be like, bad, you're doing a bad job. Because like, Amazon is famously hard asses about that stuff, but then for some reason, as soon as Twitch comes into play, they're just like, oh yeah, no, it doesn't even matter. And it's just the weirdest fucking thing. I don't understand it, right? Because like, Dan Clancy has not made money for Amazon. He's lost money for Amazon. And he has brought more politics into the platform, which is arguably bad for the platform as a whole, right? Like, this doesn't even matter, like, if you're on one side of the politics or not. It is bad for the platform as a whole, right? The second that if you look at like right wing stuff, then it's like somebody's gonna say something and then somebody's gonna post a video or something like that, or it could be taken out of context. It could be in perfect context. It doesn't matter. Somebody's gonna say something and it's gonna be like, racism or this, that, or the other thing on Amazon's streaming platform Twitch. And then like the left will say something stupid at some point too. And then you'll have a headline of, like, X or Y Twitch streamer powered by Amazon, doing stupid dumb shit here kind of thing, right? Like it's just like it's like how is Amazon not stepped in and being like, "Can you please stop?" Dan Clancy, make this go away. It's bad for Amazon brand. Amazon is not a political brand. Can you please stop trying to make it a political brand, Dan Clancy? Or at least Amazon shouldn't be a political brand. It's a sales funnel. That's all it is. So let's not make it like let's keep it apolitical. That's where it should be. Companies should be largely apolitical unless they are directly inside of the political space, right? There's political brands now. There are, right? Like fuck, I'm struggling to really like nail down like what brands would be like specifically political, right? But like for example, right? Like you could argue that a marketing brand, a marketing company that explicitly caters to one side of the political aisle, right? Or one political um team or whatever, right? Like so like this is the easiest to explain if we just talk about America, right? So if there's a marketing firm that specifically only represents Democrats at a state level all across America, that is a political brand, right? Or they only represent Republicans across the states at a state level or whatever. That's a political brand, right? They're a political marketing firm. Now, if we look at a marketing firm like, say, Devin Nash, right, the one that he used to host, it targeted specifically representing, or like specifically, it was a marketing firm that specialized in social media. That's not political. There's no politics there, right? Whether or not the brand itself that he's representing could want a political message, but his company isn't political. And his company taking a hardline stance on anything political does not make sense, right? Because at the end of the day, Michael Jordan put it the best: Republicans buy shoes too. I think that's what his quote was. It is Republicans buy shoes too. And the point is that like even if he's a Democrat and he's adamantly against Republicans, or he's a Republican and adamantly against Democrats, it does not matter. If you are a company selling a product, you should not alienate 50% of the country that you live in, right? Like you don't cut 50% of your sales your customer base off and say bye-bye to you because I politically disagree with you in my personal life, right? It's stupid, right? And unless you have a brand that is blatantly political for whatever reason, right? Like and by all means, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do, right? Unless your brand revolves around a political message, there is no point in your company ever speaking out publicly about politics, because all it does is alienate a portion of your user base, right? Like Elon Musk being a very outspoken Republican is bad for Twitter, because Twitter shouldn't be a political company, right? They are effectively a utility, right? And they should treat it as such. Does your electrical company care who you voted for? No. Should a social media platform care who you voted for? No. It doesn't matter. Right? Your money is just as good as the next person's money. It doesn't matter. Or it shouldn't matter, I should say. It shouldn't matter. I think Ben and Jerry's is fairly political. Is another big brand that's political, who's managed to do quite well for themselves, but I think that's mostly just because they actually have a really good product. Although I think their product's not as good as it used to be. And I think it's Nestle bought them. And I think I want to say that I blame Nestle for that one. Ben and Jerry's. I think it was Nestle that bought them. Oh, they're just under Magnum. Oh, interesting. I thought it was one of the really big companies that bought them. Oh, wait. Oh no, you yeah, okay, so they're under Unilever. I was right. It was one of the big companies, right? So like Unilever coming out and making political statements makes no sense. But if Ben and Jerry's wants to make political statements, it's fine, kind of thing, right? But Ben and Jerry's, I think, always had a political message. I think. I don't remember. Somebody should mirror this so it makes more sense. Because it's Jerry and that's Ben, and I really want that to be Ben and that to be Jerry. Yeah, I think Unilever is fucking with the formulas for Ben and Jerry's. It's not as creamy as it used to be. It's not as good. Still a good product though. And my understanding as to like why Ben and Jerry's is so good, at least used to be so good, was because one of these guys has like a medical condition, um, and they overcompensated in I think like the bits or something like that. Like they overcompensated something because the medical condition has something to do with taste or something like that, and so they kept adding more to get to the flavor they wanted, but because of that, it ended up just making a better product or something like that. I can't remember the details, but it's kind of interesting. Sorry, I find certain things but quite interesting. Um, right. This is what we wanted here. So this here, this is the OAuth platform ID. Okay, and then this. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Um, do I need the OAuth ID for this? No, I just need the platform ID, which is there. Then we do YouTube client. Sorry. Okay, and then this does returns pretty much. This I think this one doesn't matter too much. I almost want to say like we don't need to do this as a worker because like we don't actually have to like check the database or anything. Although we probably should. Um, sudo stream tools dot chat dot um get sub subscription status, platform ID. But this requires the OAuth ID. There, and then we also need the platform. Oh no, this is always going to be the YouTube platform. And then this will be YouTube. Then obviously this does not exist, so we need to jump to here. We bring this over to here like so, and we do this. Def get platform subscription status. Oops. Get and then this is going to be OAuth ID and platform. Okay, and then this will be from PS in platform subscription where this trailing commas. Oh, right. Select. Actually, no. Yeah, check platform ID is probably what I wanted. Never mind. Ignore me. Check platform subscription. This is the OAuth ID. Switch, or is it case? It's case. This returns back. Is this okay? And then the number, or is this just the thing, right? What is the return from this function? I'm gonna remember these at some point. If no matching row exists, it's null. Okay. Then we do this. And we're going to do I don't remember what the status is right now, and this will just return okay. Am I wrong on this one? Oh, that's why. There we go. Let's take this. We'll come up here. We'll do this. Alias. There we go. And now we can come down here and we can do this. Maybe getting... Let's make Chev. Yes, by all means, post the link. All right, let's take a look at this. Who is this? I don't know who this is. Yeah, but is it like a an anime or oh. I was right to move this off screen. Yeah, but this looks like a character that I've seen before from somewhere. Is this a YouTuber or no, it's a manga. No, it's not a manga either. Is it? Okay. I'm just going to pretend that I know what the fuck's going on. Are these actually any good? Like I mean like the quality of the plushies and stuff like that. Are they actually good from this company? Because what I imagine happens is like I imagine there's a probably like a I want to know how this works. Some of these are this is very obviously like not actually a figure. Like this is not a figure. This is not being printed and painted. This is entirely 3D. I think all of these are 3D. And then they're just put inside of a box. Yeah, every single one of these looks like somebody made a 3D model and then put it inside of a box and called it a day. Where the plushies, they look like they're actually physically a plushie that have been actually sewn together and then taken a photo of. Ooh, pins. I have a pin. What do you mean, who is that? It's me. Yeah. It's one of my emotes. See? Not gonna lie. I'm assuming that's I didn't know you even had emotes. I have a couple emotes. Uh, Ba-da-da-da-ba. I wonder how their hoodies are. I've always wanted to make a hoodie. I know that I have other like I have more space for emotes, but I don't have any emotes that I want to make. There I don't know like what I'd put on the hoodie. Yeah, I don't know what I'd put on a hoodie, but I know I would there is like I would like to design a hoodie because there's things that I want in a hoodie, right? Like I really like the thumb holes. They make me happy. And then like the the rope, I want the rope to have the metal pieces on the end instead of plastic. Um there's certain thicknesses that I want that are hard to find. So I like having like a really thin hoodie as well. Like I can show you my favorite hat. Actually I might be able to show you my favorite hoodie so far right now. This is my favorite hoodie. It has like all the features that I really like. So it's thin. It's nice and thin. It's not too thick or anything like that. So it's good for most of the year. Um, uh, but it's pilling and like the the elbows are starting to wear out a little bit on it because I wear it quite a bit. But it has like the little thumb things. So like if I put my I can go like this. And then if we look at the string that comes with it, it's got the little metal piece on the end. Actually, it's probably better if I just go like this. we got the metal piece. Yeah, the thumb holes. But it's old. It's old as fuck. I've had this thing for like 8 years. Um, and I still wear it. And it was free. This I didn't pay for this hoodie. And I got my girlfriend one too. we my girlfriend and I were both out and about, and we were both wearing this hoodie. I think I've seen you wear that. Yeah, yeah, I wear it all. I just don't wear it in the summertime on stream. Um, this hood. So my girlfriend and I were both out wearing this exact hoodie because we both have identical ones, right? Um, because it was free, right? So I got her one too. And anyways, so they're HP hoodies, right? Because HP gave them to me. And they've got this on the back. Oh, it's 10 years old. Anyways, so we will both be out and about wearing this. We were both out and about wearing this hoodie inside of a store, and somebody thought that we worked at HP because we were both wearing HP hoodies, and I didn't even think about it that we were wearing matching hoodies. But yeah, I got they were HP was giving them away, so I grabbed one for me and one for my girlfriend because my girlfriend loves hoodies. So we both. Oh, I changed computers too quickly. Yeah, so we both have one, and yeah. What? Wait, where were HP? They what? They're HP hoodies. Oh, I got them from a conference that I was paid to go to. The company I worked for paid me to go to effectively paid me to go to a conference, and then I went to the conference and I ran around and got a bunch of free shit from all kinds of different companies. HP was giving away those sweaters, yoga mats, and stuff like that. I came home after the first day, and I filled my entire sofa with clothes, with just shirts, right? So for like almost 10 years, I just wore and yeah, they were giving away like full sized yoga mats. Like I shit you not, a full sized HP yoga mat. It was crazy. Um, but yeah, no, I got so much stuff, so many free shirts. That I didn't. I only wore conference t-shirts for like almost 10 years, every single day because I just had so many different. I had so many conference t-shirts. I had like 30 conference t-shirts from going to 2 day event 2 days of collecting t-shirts at this conference, and I had like 40 fucking conference t-shirts. And they're not like low quality t-shirts. They were like high quality, well-made t-shirts. So I was just like, collect them all. Then when I went to the one so my first trip to Japan was to go to the Japanese conference for this. And freaking HP threw us a massive party. A massive freaking party. It was insane. All right, so check this is like the layout of this thing, right? And keep in mind that this party was like was I think about 9 years ago. I still remember. I'm actually really good at remembering layouts. So yeah. So check this out. This was the HP party from like 9 years ago that I went to. Entirely sponsored and paid for by HP. I didn't have to pay anything for this party. It was great. I did have to pay to fly myself out to Tokyo though for this, but that's beside. I wanted to go anyways, so it didn't really matter. What's going on here? Oh, that's why. No, I didn't work for HP. I've never worked for HP. So there was this hotel in the middle of Tokyo, somewhere in the middle of Tokyo, roughly like somewhere in Tokyo. There's this this hotel, right? And there was 2 floors, right? There's the top floor, and then you come down some stairs. I think that it went like this, right? One sec, let me move this out of the way. It doesn't spell on a computer. And then there's the bottom floor. Now on the top floor, you came in, right, to the hotel through the front door. And then on this side here, they had some stuff. And then I think it went something like this. And this was the elevators, right, to go up and down. And then here was the front desk. And then this was kind of like the stairwell. And along here was some conference rooms, right? There was a door here, and a door here, and a door here, and a door here. And then down here was the steps to go down. So that was down here, right? This room here was a sake tasting room. All the sake you can drink. And they had like 10 different tables, and you could go try just different sakes. Completely free. It's completely free. There's no money involved in this. And then here they had a geisha. It was a geisha room, right? And they were just doing geisha performances all night, right? And this was the top floor, right? Then let's move down to the bottom floor, and the bottom floor was where all the cool shit was. Don't get me wrong. Watching the like traditional, traditional like play and stuff like that was really cool, and the sake tasting room was kind of nice. We got to party pretty hard there. But down in the basement here, right? You'd come down, and then there was this really just absolutely massive hall, right? Just absolutely huge. And all along this side and this side was food, right? It was just food stalls, effectively. They weren't quite this small. Like there wasn't that many food stalls, but it was food stalls all along the bottom here. And then at the very end, they had a big a stage, right? At this end here. And they had samurai performers and shinobu ninja performers, right? And stuff like that all night. So this was just performances, right? And then like right here, I think it was about right here, they had this one guy, this one stall that was cooking noodles, and this guy was just flinging a noodle, right? Like it was one long noodle, and he was flinging it into a pan. It was really cool. The food was great. Absolutely amazing. And this was all you can eat. All you can eat. You just go up to the stall and grab food. Right? So that was this hall, right? And then they had these tables in the center, so you could like stand around and chat with people and stuff like that, and eat and drink and stuff like that in peace. And then if you didn't like any of that, right? You could go out to into the outside, right? And outside of that big conference room, they had a garden with like a koi pond in the center, and you could walk around and into the banquet hall, or you could walk this way. And right over here, they had this hut right in the middle, like at the very back. And in this like traditional styled Japanese hut looking thing, it was sectioned off into 2 pieces, the entryway, right? And then you had here, and they had they had those like sumo wrestling things where you like put on the suit and you fight each other and stuff like that. And this house here was just full of candy and sodas and stuff like that, like Japanese candies and sodas and all of that stuff. So this was the candy house, and it had like a sumo wrestling spot in the front and stuff like that. So that was really cool. And this area here was just really neat. So that was dope. HP always took really good care of us at the event. Um, I've actually hunted, like I've actually found out what hotel it was. I was pretty drunk and it was pretty late at night when I left. So I don't actually remember. And also this was 10 years ago. But I know that it was in Tokyo and it was a hotel. And it was a fancy hotel. And I think that it was around here. Hotel with garden. I found it at one point, and now I want to say that it was down here. That's not it. My ticket to this event was also free because everybody who worked on the project got a discount code. And the discount code gave you a dollar figure off of your ticket price. And if you got the early bird ticket, the coupon gave you 100%, effectively 100% off the ticket price. So my ticket to the Japanese one, which my work didn't pay for, the one in Tokyo, um, ended up being a free conference ticket for me because I committed to the project. But I can't find the hotel anymore. It was a really, really fancy hotel. And I found it at one point, but it's hard to find. So I'll show you what the project is because I don't think anybody really uses it anymore. OpenStack. Legacy VMs. Interesting. Kubernetes clusters. I guess Kubernetes clusters are really taken off. No, it looks like it's still pretty heavily used. Never mind. I don't know who's using it though. Not this guy. Wow. Okay. But yeah, so I got involved in OpenStack, and the OpenStack summits were fucking next level. And then they broke them off into two separate pieces, and they were never the same. But there was so much money involved in trying to get people involved with like trying to headhunt people and stuff like that that OpenStack was massive. Like people were just dumping money into it. It's the easiest way to stand up a cloud. What am I looking for? This one. Yeah. Okay, so what is our status types? And so we want the status, and the statuses are oh right, we need types as well. Fuck. Okay, so we haven't used this one yet, and I think this is YouTube subscription. YouTube subscription. We're gonna do that. There we go. So then if we come over to here, we want status and we want type. There. And for here, actually, I guess this can just be there. Beautiful. So if it's already enabled, we can do that. There's the expiration. The expiration we're going to have it automatically trigger on a worker. But I don't know. I don't remember if I figured out how I was going to do that yet. Fairly certain that I did. But I should probably ask ChatGPT about that though. What happens if I subscribe to the same subhub multiple times? Then Hubbub will treat them as renewals or refreshes of the subscription. It will extend the lesson time. Okay. You change your verify token. Caveats: if you change the verify token or secret on renewal, you'll need to track that carefully because Hub will use the new secret for HMAC signing after the renewal succeeds. Subscribing too often isn't harmful, but you might get throttled if you hammer the hub Best practice, subscribe 1 day before expiry. This is great because that's not how Twitch works. If you subscribe to the same webhook multiple times on Twitch, it will send it to you multiple times, and they're supposed to count against you. Okay, so this now does the subscription. So now we can add, now that we have the worker, we can add this in to our path, right? And then we just need to work on the endpoint. What do we got here? Okay. Beautiful. Okay. What was I doing? Right. We're looking at the webhook stuff. Why is this showing up as router.ex? This is wrong. Super, super wrong. Wait, what? Did I is that going to the wrong one? Is that why? Oh yeah, no, this is absolutely wrong. Do. Event signature plug. Mm. I don't, I'm trying to think here because like I don't even know if this should be anything, to be honest. But we're going to figure it out anyways. This one here. YouTube pub sub. YouTube controller. That's not even right. Wait, is that right? Wait, what's the error here? New file. YouTube pub sub. Do, 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 do. Okay, yeah. We just returned the con. Do, 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 do. But we need to parse the body here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do IO inspect con. And then we're going to do this. New file. YouTube webhook controller test. Do, 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 do. This is effectively what we want here. And I think that it just wants back a 200, right? What do I send back to YouTube when they send the XML to me. Okay, so I send back the challenge. Do when you first subscribe or unsubscribe renewal, get callback. Plain text. Oh, so it's just plain text. So I just send back the challenge with plain text. Oh, perfect. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Amazing. Okay, so we're just going to send back text. And this is just going to be the challenge here. Hmm. I think that's the params, which would be not this. I think it's this one. IO inspect params label params. Could you show me the most basic Phoenix response? A controller? Yeah, this is literally what I was going to do. Sweet. This is literally it. Minus this. I forgot to do this. And then it's just this. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Now we're going to write a test. We can do async true here. Beautiful. And then I don't think that we really care about this stuff. And then we can just do this. Test returns challenge from query params. So this is a yeah, there's our con, and our con is taken in there, which means which one do we need here? Oh no, con case, yeah. Okay, sweet. This is effectively what we want here. We're not actually sending any of this. This is going to be a get. And get rid of all of this. That's not correct because this is not a callback. We're going to say webhook callback. And we're going to get rid of this. And oops. This is just going to be YouTube. Oops. Webhooks, YouTube, and then we do this. There's my lease in seconds. I think it's this. I think if I just do this, it will. No, that's not right. I'm fairly certain it's this. Yeah, I was right. Okay. We just do this. We're just going to do that and then just do URL. But this one here should be, yeah, that. All right. You know what? I think I think it's about noon. I'm gonna call it here. Be back probably tomorrow. Um Anyways, thank you to everybody who joined. It was good to see you all. I'll catch you later. Ta ta for now.